Last time on Just Create, we made our Prismarine farm, but we have a problem. One of the main ingredients this farm needs is, of course, quartz, and currently, we haven't automated bringing it over. We just have a box here that we've been depositing into manually. But that's what this area here is for. We're going to make some kind of transport system that's going to move items around these peaks. The first of which needs to transport quartz from this building over here, all the way around here to this one, which I suppose isn't actually that far at all. But in future, I do see boats weaving in and around these buildings as needed, so we're going to build up a little bit of a network today, I think, with some invisible rails, probably some narrow gauge ones, just because they're a bit easier to work with in tight spaces. Because we've got a few bits that don't really make sense, need tidying up, we need some details, we need a bit of texture in some places, and so on. Hopefully, once we get a bunch of small airships flying between these peaks, it's gonna look awesome. And in more good news, this episode is also when we open our doors to Steam Park for one day only, bringing our server friends along for a nice day out. But we've got a little bit of cleaning up to do over there before we can do that, and we need to make sure everything's still working. And in fact, I also still need to drop off the remaining invites for the people we've not found online yet. So let's go get that done first, which means I'm going to need a bunch of squid to meet my axe, because I need to get some ink to be able to make a bunch of book and quills. And there's a river just over here that should work nicely to produce some squid for me. And I would use my looting sword for this, but I'll be honest, I have no idea where it's gone. Not that it seemed to matter. 30 seconds later, and I've got 22 ink. Do, however, still need feathers. Now we just need a bunch of books. Then we just need to duplicate this a whole bunch of times. Right, let's go drop off some invites. And we'll start here with Chosen. He's nice and close. And it doesn't look like he's collected his last gift yet, so I have absolutely no idea if he's actually going to see this, but we'll give it a go. What we're going to do is use a straw statue here. Let's get him in position so he's holding the balloon. There we go. Look at this happy chap. I basically just typed in Wonka in name MC and used this skin, which I guess is Willy Wonka. But look, it was either that or a clown, and clowns are terrifying. So now I just need to go drop this off at a whole bunch of other people's bases. But to make my life easier, I can copy that. Now let's go do the rounds. Alrighty, I think that's the last one. Now let's head over to the theme park world and just make sure everything is still working. So this is Steam Park. This is our main entrance. We can even see one of the roller coasters going around at the back there, which is pretty cool. So they're going to arrive by train, and it sounds like the music is still working. Excellent. The signs are still here as well. Good, good. Although you can't hear the music back this way. So what we're going to do is just fly over here. And yes, we are in creative. This is a creative copy of this world. But then it's an old world we don't make videos on anymore, so that's absolutely fine. Although I do have a bit of news about this world, but we'll get to that later. For now, what I want to do is copy that link, grab one of those, and then go under here, and we're going to add another one of these. Put the same link in, save that, and there we go. Excellent, more music. Now, I am also going to link this up to the redstone system, which I believe is a couple of acacia cogwheels. And to make sure they're all in sync, what we're actually going to do is stop this one. We're going to stop this one, because basically we have this music going all the way down Main Street here without interfering with the music in Cogsburg. At least that should be the case. So now, if we come here and click this, there you go. We now have music out here. And that is all linked up to here. That carries on through and should fade away as we leave. Excellent. And I'll tell you what, it's definitely running a lot better here now as well, because I did actually get a little bit of help from Foxy, because it was always very framey around here when we had music before, but he helped me make my video music files very, very, very small. So now in this area, we have much better frames, even when the music's playing. So through here, we have the music playing absolutely fine as well. This is good. So it's safe to say this area is absolutely fine. So I've just been to check the other ride area as well, and everything seems to be working in terms of sounds. All of our graphics still seem to be there, and now our entrance area has a bit of music as well. I think we're ready for visitors, but it's not happening for a short while yet. So for now, let's get back to the Just Create SMP world and work out a transport system in our mountain base. Right, that's the theme park ready for a visit. Now to think about transport. So I think the first thing I probably want to do is actually build a boat that's going to be going between these different areas. I think I want to do it as an airship, just a small one, maybe with a small little balloon, potentially a sail, but I think a balloon might look nicer on this occasion. And we're going to use narrow gauge track, which I believe is something Kev actually sells over at the shopping district. So let's go have a look. Ooh, that's new. That's awesome. Look at that, we've got a drop tower. I mean, we've got to have a go on that. Oh, we're going up. It's the tall one. How quickly will we go down? Oh, the suspense. The suspense at the top. Oh, we're off. He's pretty quick. Pretty quick indeed. But this seems to be the right place. We've got Cafe Baron. Come in and taste all the new arrivals. Ah, it's not open yet. That one's opening soon. What else have we got? Baron Trading Co. The warehouse that isn't suspicious. Well, now it seems suspicious. What do we have in here? We have a little frog. We've got straw. We've got a very obscure amount of graffiti for 1 diamond. 67 to be precise. But we do have the narrow phantom train track as well. Let's buy a bunch of that. And I think I will get some weathered glass as well while we're here. And some graffiti. Yes, please, Froggo. Oh, jeez. Dropped on my head. Right, we've got lots of windows, lots of rail, and some graffiti. What else is going on here? Kev's Cuts. What's this? Ooh, he's got a barber shop. Wonderful. He seems to have a dock down here as well, which is very cool. And I guess that's probably going to connect over to his base just over there. Yeah, look, that looks like another dock. Ooh, there's a new road here as well. Look at that. Where did that come from? Right, stop getting distracted, Beardy. We've got a rail network to build. So let's grab some stations. We're going to want some signals. We'll use industrial iron as scaffolding because it's nice and easy to remove. Now let's think about this. I suppose the first thing I should do is probably actually make the boat, because until we do that, we don't actually know what height we need the rail or how it's going to tie in with anything. So let's just chuck down a temporary bit of rail and a train station. Set that to create a train. And we're going to need a bunch of stuff to build our airship. In fact, I've got an idea. We have built a small airship before, back on the theme park world. And this is what I wanted to look at. The tiny little airships that we built over here in Cogsburg. In fact, there's another one over here that might be a bit easier to see. So that's what we did for these. But of course, we're going to need to make sure we've got controls in them, so they're going to need to be a little bit bigger. We're going to need some storage as well. But I think we can do something similar to this. Alrighty, let's figure this out. And what I'm thinking for this delivery system is we'll actually use post boxes, which if I remember correctly, you don't therefore need to have like connections and things like that. They just need to stop somewhere close by and then things will go from the train to the post box. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So we don't actually need to worry about using these portable storage interfaces, which is good. Now, something we're definitely going to need, of course, is going to be the train controls and a seat. Let's put some sides on it there. And then I have bought with me some copycat slices. I wonder, can we put like a nice trim on it? In fact, let me change this bottom area here a little bit. Well, I've been fiddling with it for a little while, but I think the base of the ship is coming along nicely. What I need to do now, though, is attach a balloon, and then we can fiddle with the shape of the actual boat afterwards, if we need to. But the balloon is hopefully going to pull it together. We've got a cool little jet engine on the back here as well, although it could do with a few more details around here. But then I suppose we also want to have the ropes here because these are going to connect onto the balloon. So let's figure out a balloon shape, shall we? A short while later, and I think I've worked out the balloon. We've tweaked a few bits here and there, but I think that's looking pretty good. However, there is a slight problem in trying to glue this, in that these bite blocks here, despite being attached to this, it's saying that they're not. So I can't have the funky jet thing coming out the back there like that, but I've got another idea. I don't think it's going to look quite as good, but it's better than having nothing there at all, probably. Maybe, let's see. You see, that looks absolutely awful by comparison. Could try a copycat beam, but I don't think this is going to look particularly good either. Nope, not really. We could ditch the jet engine and put a wheel on the back, potentially. I mean, doesn't look too bad. What if we change the colour to oak? I mean, I definitely preferred the jet engine, but at least I'll be able to stick this one together. Wait a minute, I think I know what the problem is. It wasn't the copycat blocks at all, it was my portable storage interface. So we'll replace that with another block. Maybe industrial iron, have we got any of that on us? Yes. Then we might be able to get away with how we had it in the first place. There we go, now I can stick that together. And I think we probably do want to change that block to something else, but I like the idea of it. And I think I know what we should change it to. I'm thinking a weathered iron clutch might actually look quite good because it's got the red bit on the side. And if we put a lever on the back, we could potentially even turn that on. Yeah, I like that. I think that'll do. So can we turn that into a train? We'll call that the Piratey Postie because he's going to be going around delivering packages. So next up, I need to work out a route for the boat to go. So I'm thinking we're just going to put a loop in here at the moment, and then we'll have this go in a straight line pretty much along this edge, and then it can just curl out again when it gets to that build. So just a big swooping curve like that. So after we come into this station, where a lovely creeper is waiting for us apparently, what we're going to do is go around here. We're going to loop around this rock and connect back up to here. Now we have a loop. Just need a couple of stations. So this one is going to be Beardstone Gold Farm, and this one's going to be Beardstone Prismarine Farm. So now we've got our boat. Let's just give him a driver, and we're going to use one of these andesite guys. And I think something else I'm going to do, at least for now, is actually remove the other block at the back there, the other driving controls. Whoa, I haven't got my jetpack on. But I'm thinking we'll remove those driving controls, otherwise he's going to start flying backwards, and we don't really want that. And because we're using post boxes, we don't need to worry about reversing and things like that. So let's just assemble that train again. We're going to create a schedule. For now, we're just going to tell him to go to the Prismarine farm, wait for 5 seconds, and then go to the gold farm and wait for 5 seconds, and basically just keep doing that. Now we're going to have another ship just flying around our base. That looks cool. And I'll tell you what, size-wise, I think it actually works really well for a little delivery ship. Absolutely tiny, but will do the job just nicely. So he should pull in around about there. From there, he'll be able to connect to the post box and grab whatever he needs, and then that will carry on again. Awesome. Well, I'm very pleased with that. Now what we need to do is actually set up the postbox delivery system. So, well, the drop-off is going to be fairly easy. We probably just need a postbox here with a belt or some item drains feeding into this. But at the other end, it might be a little bit more tricky. So let's just grab some postboxes, some item funnels and chutes and things, and see how we get on. So let's do the receiving one first. So what we need to do is connect a post box to the station. We're actually going to stick that on the bottom here because we're going to be sending over packages. So we want to unpackage them and then send everything in. And it should be as simple as that. I just need to give this post box an address. So Beardstone Prismarine Quartz is the address for that one. So now we need to be a bit sneaky with the second post box. This is hooked up to the station in there. And what I want to do is set this one up so that I can just grab things off this chain thing. I'm hoping it's going to be okay distance-wise. And we'll just set this one to PP Star, which is Pirate Posty, and then a wild card. So basically, anytime we want to send anything from this farm somewhere else, as long as we give it a prefix of PP, this one will always pick it up. So what we want him to do is to retrieve a package. Then we want him to deliver the package. Then we want him to return to BS Gold Farm. And to be honest, I think that's pretty much all we want him to do. So if we skip those first 2 steps and just tell him to go back to the farm, he should pull up here and wait. Right, well, he doesn't seem to be going anywhere. This is good. Now, what I need to do is link up a gauge to this, which is the frog that will put Quartz into the production line with a package address. Then we're going to put a packager over here. We're going to put the factory gauge on the side, set it to Quartz. And let's say we always want there to be 18 stacks of Quartz in here. Now all we need to do is set an address. So if we do PP, which is of course Pirate Posty, then set that to Prismarine Quartz. And I'm actually going to change this to PP, Prismarine Quartz. So now hopefully, yeah, look at that. He's setting off, so I'm assuming he's picked up a package. So let's just sit here and wait for him, but hopefully when he arrives, that package is going to go into this post box, then it's going to get unpackaged, and we're going to end up with Quartz over here, which can then, of course, go into our farm. If I've set it all up correctly, which hopefully I have, and here comes the boat now. And I really hope this works. It should deliver our package. Yep, there we go. Look, the thing's gone up. It's got a package. However, it doesn't seem to want to drop it off. So what I'm actually going to do is move this post box. So I've had to mess around with it a bit because I realized I actually need to unpackage into a container so it can then go into our vault. So that is actually now working. That's all coming through. And now it's feeding into the farm. Perfect. And that's going to keep requesting Quartz until this farm is backed up, which basically means that boat's going to be kept quite busy for a while. But as soon as it is backed up in that vault, then this boat will basically just park over there at the gold farm and wait until it needs to come again. So now we've got all of our nether quartz coming in. That does make our Prismarine farm entirely self-sufficient. And the good news is we managed to get that sorted just in time for the theme park visit. So let's head to spawn, meet everyone, and go on a lovely day out. But in classic Beardstone fashion, I actually forgot to record this next section, but we have replay mod and I stole a bit of audio from Foxy. But basically I arrived at spawn to pick up the theme park visitors in my giant boat. However, I didn't actually plan that very well because the track actually ended there, so I had to back up. We were going a tad fast though, and with no seats, it caused a little bit of chaos.
Oh God! I'm in a pipe.
Oh!
I'm in a...
Beardstone, it's a bit fast!
Right, anyway.
Ship's leaning!
I fell into the hold.
Ow!
Ow!
Oh, I fell off the boat, Miss Beardstone.
Yeah, it's a really fast boat. It's already gone.
Whoa.
Look at else, I tell you.
Unbelievable.
Last time I take the Uber app for a boat.
Yeah, sorry about that. You know, I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted. But we are close to the theme park. We're not quite there. So we're going to have to take this very conveniently placed train all the way there, which is good.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and there's also some conveniently placed backpacks. If you'd like to take one, it'll just give you some treats to make sure you survive the journey.
I got pirate hat, Miss Beardstone.
Yes, you do.
Oh, that looks
Kind
cool.
of. Wow,
Whoa,
Frog.
whoa. Okay.
Well, I think this is a perfect hat for a cabin lord.
Oh, Kev.
okay. I like this a lot.
That might be the most Kev thing I've ever seen.
Wow, that's
This
amazing.
is on brand.
Excellent.
Oh.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
music, Miss Beardstone.
Yep, so I hope you've all got an
Beautiful.
Epidemic Sounds license.
Can we get a selfie in front of the sign?
It's
Of
my
course we
park.
can. It's family day out.
Yeah, it's my park.
Do you have a
Stem
selfie?
What's that? Stam Park. Stam Park. Cool.
Steam Park.
Yeah.
Stam Park.
Stamp Park. Unbelievable. Right, everyone say cheese.
Cheese.
This is Main Street. Feel free to have a look around.
Very nice.
There's
I want one of these.
little plushies. Yeah. That's actually a straw statue. You can't pick that up.
Who are you?
I want to steal these. Yes.
I have one of those in
Oh,
real
this
life.
interior is very
I've
detailed
got
over
one
here.
in real life as well.
Yeah. Some of the interiors are absolutely smashing. Yeah.
Oh.
But
Hey, that's a nice material.
Frog. Oh dear.
I'm on my way.
Nice
I
to
want
be
to go
up.
on this.
But yeah,
side.
but if we go through here, there is our first ride, which is Aeronautica, which is a hanging
Oh, the
coaster
music
ride.
change.
Yeah, so we go this way, we can go get in the queue and go on our first
Oh,
ride.
is this the queue? Hey, I like the theming. There's a lot of bats on the seats.
Oh yeah,
Very
don't
many
worry
bats.
about it. They're actually really good at giving up their seats. As long as you don't take the driver's one at the front, we're okay.
There's bat poop in our seats, Beardy.
Yeah, there's some guano here.
It's been abandoned for a year and a half. What do you expect? Here we go.
Woo!
I love the music.
I'm just
while
as
you're
nauseous as
on
a
it.
real life one.
But yeah, this is heavily inspired by Fantasia
My phone fell out of my pocket.
No, Froggy.
Don't worry about it.
We'll go to the Lost and Found later.
It's okay, I have my plushie with me.
Very cool.
Same here. I'm squeezing it hard.
Whoa.
Why am I getting
Oh
hamburgers?
my god.
It's falling
It's a
out
bit
of people's
crazy at the end there.
backpacks.
Oh, I like this
Oh.
part of the park. That's.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like it.
This
You
is
like
very,
it.
it's very detailed out here, Brady.
I'm getting ideas.
It's, whoa!
Wow.
That made me
That
jump.
was close.
It wasn't that close, yeah.
This
yeah.
is so cool.
But this was the first ride in the theme park.
Well, it
in
is
the
a pretty one.
steampunky themed area. There is, however,
Bodies.
a fully functioning toilet. By functioning, I mean please don't use the
Bruno would be
toilets.
proud.
Oh wait, there's
Are you
somebody I
saying that we
used and they
shouldn't-
didn't flush. I'm in this one. There's
Cool,
there's
yeah,
toilet
cool.
Get out!
Quick toilet break. Feel free to have a look around, and we'll meet back on Main Street, and then we can head to the next area. You can have a go on Turbulent Timbers.
I've always wanted to go on a log flume with you, dude.
Well, today's the day.
I wish we had some like popcorn or something we could throw into the water on the ride.
Popcorn?
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you put
I got thing.
popcorn in the water?
Look, here it comes.
It's
Here it
just
comes. I'm so
popcorn.
excited.
It'll melt.
Can you see past my sombrero?
No, I can't. I've had to press
I've done nothing
F5,
wrong,
but it's
Foxy.
fine. It's fine.
Also, do you see anything in there?
This is a nice, relaxing ride. This one.
Oh, we're going through it. Oh, wee! That's cool. Okay, that's real cool. Wow.
And then we go.
I think we're at the end.
This is immersive, Mr.
Beautiful.
Beardstone.
Yeah.
That was the idea. Yes, immersion.
Okay, why is it going so fast?
And
It
there's
speeds
audio.
up and slows down at
Sounds like
different
someone's
places.
in the bathroom
Gravity.
next to me.
Wow, that was
Did you
amazing.
go
This
to
is
the
a big
bathroom,
drop.
Froggy?
Big drop.
I did.
Oh, look at them go.
This, Mr. Beardstone, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So inspiration.
Yeah, then we can depart here. Right, so if we go this way and then off to the right.
Oh,
very
it's a
confusing.
tower over here. What's this tower?
No, later, Kev, later.
Later, yeah,
I'm at
later for the
I'm
tower.
coming, yo.
Supposed to
I'm so excited.
supposed to be coming to the chair swing.
Over cool.
Wait.
We're going to have to
It
wait
also
for it
goes
to
up
come
and down?
We need to wait for it to come back down.
Imagine this one with aeronautics though, and the chair.
I know, it
swinging
would be
out.
amazing, wouldn't it?
Where? Oh, you're over there. I was looking
We're at the chair
something
swing,
different.
Kev.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's coming
I
down.
see. It's a going up, spinning aroundy one.
Yes. There we go. We can get on. Pick a seat. This is potentially going to make you and maybe your audience feel sick when it starts spinning.
Yeah, that's
I
why
don't
I'm not
think
on
you
it.
will. They have already been
I
there.
think that's why Stamps decided not to do this one. It's fair.
It's not that bad, actually. I mean, this is. I
No, it's
also took
fine.
an inner seat. I wonder if there's a. What if I step off this seat and go for a different one? But this is it's a good pace. If it was faster than this, it would be slightly nauseating. But I think this is a pretty good spin.
It's not too bad. So now we're going to the final ride, which is Tova Todden.
Exit.
so
This is the one. Oh, it's the exit, right? Never mind.
That's the exit, yeah.
Ow! Why am I getting punched? There's no seatbelt.
I like
No-
the floating books.
No harnesses.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, it's just like
Oh,
looking
wow.
at Sam.
I love that.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa, that's
Foxley!
There's a wither in there.
what is happening here? What?
it's a dragon.
I got scared of the foxy.
This is as fast as I could get a drop tower to go.
It's good though. I like it.
In real life, I would
There you
probably
go.
press
That's the
down.
exit.
That's epic.
Yeah, my
Whoa.
animatronic dragon.
Bye-bye.
That's sick.
The music down here is still really loud. I didn't turn this one down,
The
apparently.
music is really loud down here.
Imagine the dragon with aeronautics as well, so you can open and close the mouth.
I mean, that would be cool. And that's as far as I ever got with the theme park.
I'm leaving
I've
for
got
another
an
month. Bye,
inspiration,
guys.
Mr.
Oh, no,
Beardstone.
Stam,
What?
no!
No, we need you.
I'm running off into the woods.
Just
So-
let him go. He'll be back by dinner time.
Just so you know, I don't know where the boat is. I don't know how we get home. And Stan's
Stan's
just drowned. So
He's drowned in the
thanks
water.
for visiting the theme park. It's been wonderful. Well, I have to say I had an absolutely wonderful time at the theme park there with everyone, and it's really made me want to build on that world again. I do want to start streaming regularly again, and I'm thinking that world might be the way to do it, because then I can just play creative, I can build up the theme park without restrictions and timings of needing to get videos out, and it means I get to hang out with you guys in a live stream. And all of those things sound fun, so if you want to catch those, do make sure you're following me on Twitch. There should be a link somewhere around this page, hopefully in the description. But do keep an eye out if you want to see that world develop, and also, thinking about it, if you wish to play it on the world yourself, the world in its current state is available for free in my Discord, which is definitely linked in the description. Just make sure you load the park in my Perfect World 2 pack, otherwise it probably won't work. And it's unlikely the music's going to work for you as well, because it is licensed music and I can't redistribute that. But at least you'll get to mess around with the rides. Anyway, right, back over here. I've noticed a problem. I wouldn't say it's a huge problem, but it is definitely a problem. And the problem finishes, actually, over here. So if we actually check our Prismarine farm, you'll notice we've got no lapis here. We've got no lapis being made over here. And that's because we don't have enough quartz. It's not that the quartz delivery system isn't working and pushing quartz where it needs to go. The problem actually begins over here in the gold farm, where you can see we're actually haunting sand, which makes soul sand. Then we wash the soul sand to get quartz. The quartz goes in here and then gets distributed where it's needed for the gold farm. The problem is we're not even making enough to keep up with the gold farm rates here at the moment. So trying to use this quartz for our Prismarine farm as well just isn't really working. And that means two things. One, our delivery boat is absolutely pointless because there's never going to be enough quartz here for it to take anymore unless we literally let the whole farm back up by turning off the gold making bits. But that also means we need to make another quartz farm so that we can actually keep making Prismarine over here. So in a surprising turn of events, 24 minutes into a video, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to make a giant quartz farm here, and then instead of using the boat to bring quartz from there over to here, I'm going to use it to bring quartz from here over to there. That way we'll have plenty for the Prismarine and hopefully a bit more to top up the gold. So to make that happen, I'm going to need a new building, and I think this spot here is going to work absolutely fine. We do want it to be quite a big building. We want to make this a farm that produces so much quartz, we're never going to need to make a quartz farm again. But luckily it is a fairly easy process. We just need a cobble generator, then we need to crush the cobble into gravel and sand, we need to haunt the sand, then wash the soul sand. So it's a 5-step process basically. But as always, that process begins with a building. So let's grab some blocks, dump a building on there, and then we'll get to building a farm. Well, it's certainly not pretty. Not yet, anyway. It's very, very bland. But we do now have a building we can build our prismarine farm in. We'll worry about making it look nice later, because I've got actually quite a lot of tidying up I want to do around here. And by tidying up, considering my theme, I guess I mean messing up. But we'll worry about that later. For now, I want to worry about getting this quartz farm done. I think I might have said prismarine farm a minute ago. But we've got a big floor here, and if we go upstairs, we've got another big floor up here. And if we go upstairs again, we've got a much smaller floor here where we're going to produce our cobble. And speaking of cobble, we've actually got 2 cobble generators in this building over here, and that is producing way too much cobble. So I'm actually going to go in here, jump over here, go upstairs, and I'm going to remove one of these. It's just not needed. Now, first up in this building here, I need power. And if we jump into free cam, we can see we've actually got our power supply coming in just down here. So I think what I'm going to do is dig into this corner. We're going to dig down, then we're going to dig across. Going to turn up our brightness so we can see what we're doing. And we're going to steal some power from here. That's as easy as just routing a few shafts. We'll keep that going all the way up. That'll give us power on the next floor as well. And up to the top floor too. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is start off with a cobble generator. And of course, because we have mechanical generators, this should be nice and simple. Just got to make sure it's set to cobble. If we just get some power up to that, we are now producing cobble, hopefully. Yep, look at that. It's coming in nice and quickly. And then down below, what we're going to do is take the cobble from that vault up there. That's going to drop into these crushing wheels, get turned into gravel. Then it's going to drop into these crushing wheels and get turned into sand. Although I believe we might also get a bit of flint and clay from this as well. So we're going to need to filter those out. Now, let's sort out some power for these things. I think if we do that and get those in, I think they're all going the right way. Yep, look at that. It's dumping stuff down here. Although, once again, I am just going to disable that top bit there for now. And we need to get gearboxes over to here so that we can get that belt going the right way. Shaft in there. We'll get that belt going the right way. Excellent. Although, I'm going to change the belt here slightly just so we can actually get underneath and get to the doors. And I'm going to need some more smart chutes, but we can then filter out the things we don't want and burn them. Although we are going to be getting clay balls, we might as well save them this time round, I guess. Because we're going to be processing so much here, it could actually end up being quite useful. So if we filter out flint here and then filter out clay here. Now we can stick a cauldron of lava under here to get rid of all the flint. We'll put a belt here so we can process the clay into clay blocks. So we'll put a mechanical press and a basin here. If I get power to that belt, then I can get power to that. We get power to that belt. Put in a vertical shipping container for storing the clay and another one for storing the sand. And I think if we connect this all up, it should just start working. Yep, there we go. So we're getting our clay blocks. But it would seem we're still getting some flint going into here. I think maybe our belts are going too fast. If we do that, we can burn the excess flint again. But we've also got excess clay as well. So let's see if we can sort that out. So if we do that, it's going to dump all the excess clay into there as well, which means we're going to get rid of all the flint and all the clay from here and just have sand. Perfect. So I've changed my mind over here. I'm actually going to filter out all the clay and flint from here and just burn it, because that way it's going to prevent the system from backing up. Because we are going to keep producing clay and flint no matter how full up this vault gets, and if we can't actually offload the clay, then it's going to start backing up this belt, which means all the clay will go in here, and then it's going to gradually fill up that vault because it won't be able to filter out into our press. Basically, not enough space. So what we're better off doing is crushing down most of the clay, and any excess we're just going to burn. And that way the system will never back up. Now we've got to this step, what we need to do is haunt all of the sand to turn it into soul sand. Then we need to wash all the soul sand to get our quartz. And of course, a little bit of extra gold, which we can ship over to the gold farm. Now, I'm hoping this should be fairly straightforward because our vault is right there. So if we were to have a line of, say, 3 belts across the top here, then 3 tunnels to evenly split the sand. Then we need 3 fans here. Let's block off the end so nothing falls off. We can put our soul campfires on there, and then we just need power. And that's got them all blowing the right way. Excellent. Then we'll need 3 chutes here to filter for soul sand. Then I believe if we put fans here that are actually level with the belts, they should still wash the stuff on the belts. I hope. Now, I just want to check that it's actually going to work where we've got the fans going into the belt here. So if, for example, no, we want this one to be water, don't we? I'll also do this, put the water in. If I then throw some sand on here, is it going to get washed? No. Okay, that tells me we're probably going to want these fans at this end, which I'm not going to lie, does make things a bit more awkward. So let's completely rethink this layout. This top section here will work fine, though. So how about we feed the soul sand into a shipping container that's 4 wide. Then if we do something like this, with an input there that will filter for anything but soul sand. And there we go. That's all of that powered. Just going to block that end, though, so that we don't cause any problems for ourselves getting blown around. Fill these up with water. We've got our filters on there and there. So I think we're good just to start pulling out the sand. Oh, and we need to power these belts at the top here. That would be helpful. Right, there we go. So now I can put a chute there. Shoot there. Need to make sure I'm filtering that one just for sand. And that's going to get haunted. Go through here. Oh, wait a minute. This is terrible. This is never going to work. Everything's just going to drop onto that same belt. In fact, I'm spotting a few problems. Let's just cut off the power briefly. So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking here. Obviously, that's never going to work because I need to distribute this along all of these. I also need to change this just so it doesn't allow sand through because we are also going to get flints from this process, apparently. Right, I think I've got it figured out. What I've done is I've put a big flat vertical vault in here. We're then burning the flint. The soul sand goes down onto this belt at the bottom. That all goes into this line of tunnels down here, and then the soul sand comes up, gets blasted by the washers, and then as it goes through, basically this is filtering for everything apart from soul sand can go through here. But once it gets washed, it goes in, pops out this side, and gets stored in the vault over here, which already has some stuff in it, hopefully. Yep, there we go. Oh, there's a spruce slab. Let's quickly get that out. Now in here, we are, of course, getting gold nuggets as well as nether quartz. Nether quartz is what we want. Gold nuggets, we don't really need. And eventually, I might ship them over to the gold farm. But to be honest, we're producing so much gold already, we really just don't need this stuff. So I think what I'm actually going to do is just destroy it. So let's put that on there with a gold nugget filter. Then we just need another cauldron and another bucket of lava, which I don't have on me. There we go. We're quite literally burning gold over here. But we're already getting thousands of nether quartz, which is good. It's quite nice to have a farm that's not quite as cramped as the ones we've built so far. So now what I need to do is get the quartz from our new building over to here. And I think the place I want to get it to is actually this vault down here, because then we can also ship it off where else we need it. I've got an idea on how we can get the quartz over here. I just need to dig down a little bit. What we're going to do is replace this vault and just extend it down a little bit. Then we're going to dig a little tunnel that goes under the vault. Then the plan is quite simple. We're just going to have a big old line of chutes. I'm going to filter this one for quartz. There we go. If I just connect that up, that should send us all the way over here. And yep, that is loading up our quartz box. And then that's getting sent upstairs. We should be making lapis again. Yep, we are indeed making lapis, which means we're making prismarine stuff, which means our dark prismarine farm here will start running again as soon as we actually get some more shards through. And there we go. We're once again making dark prismarine. Excellent. I do need to change the address system on our boat, however, so it actually takes prismarine from this side now and delivers it over to the gold farm. The opposite of what we initially set out to do. And I need to make this place look nice. So I think it's time for a quick time lapse. Well, a short while later, and we've now got this. I think that's looking a whole lot better, much more piratey, a little bit more sort of roughed up. And I've also sorted out the transport network. So this guy now actually takes quartz from over here. So we have a little setup there. As you can see, the postbox has got even more quartz in it at the moment. And in fact, it's still loading up. Then this gets dropped over here. And this frog should be sending them out, but he's not. So let's just reconnect this dude. There we go. Just licking the wall. Wonderful. That's going to offload loads of quartz into here, which means it can then be sent into the rest of the farm, which will speed up our diorite production, which means we'll be able to speed up our granite production, which means we get more red sand, meaning, ultimately, we get more gold. Currently, we've got loads of the stuff. But sadly, that is all we've got time for today. I'm very pleased that we managed to get this boat thing working. Let's just turn down my Fulbright so we can actually get a proper feel for this place. I think that's looking so cool now. And with shaders on at night, this is looking even better. That looks so cool. And in fact, our mountain base as a whole is looking pretty awesome now with the fort and all these other buildings going on. I can't wait to build some more. And I don't say it often, but if you have enjoyed what you've seen here and you want to make sure you don't miss how this develops in future, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you like and leave a comment, that helps YouTube push it more, which helps the videos do better, ultimately meaning we can continue to make them. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.